Hey there, welcome back. Today, we're diving into something that's not just about technology, but about what kind of world we want to live in. I'm talking about the ethics of AI, the gray zone where the lines between right and wrong, helpful and harmful, become a bit blurry. It's one of those topics that everyone's heard about, but not everyone fully understands. So, let's unpack it together. You see, artificial intelligence is everywhere now. From our smartphones and smart homes to hospitals, banks, and even the courtroom. AI is making decisions that affect our lives in big ways. That's amazing, right? But here's the thing. Just because we can do something with AI doesn't always mean we should. That's where ethics comes in. It's like a compass that helps us figure out if the path we're on is actually the right one. Let's start with an everyday example. Imagine you're walking through an airport and your face gets scanned automatically. Maybe it's for security, maybe to speed up check-ins. On the surface, that sounds pretty convenient. But what happens to your data? Who has access to it? Could it be misused? Suddenly, what seemed like a harmless technology gets complicated. This is the ethical gray zone. A place where the lines get blurry, and we have to ask tough questions, or think about facial recognition technology more broadly. It can help police find missing people or even catch criminals. That's a good thing, right? But at the same time, it can also be used by governments to track their citizens, sometimes unfairly or even illegally. Where do we draw the line between safety and privacy? And who gets to make that call? Should companies be able to sell that data? Or should we have stricter rules about how it's used? These questions matter because they touch on our basic rights. Now let's look at another area, social media. AI algorithms decide what posts we see, what ads pop up, and what videos get recommended. On one hand, that makes our online experience more personal and engaging. But on the other hand, it can trap us in echo chambers, showing us the same kinds of ideas over and over again. That's how polarization happens. People getting stuck in their own bubbles without seeing the bigger picture. So, should AI decide what we see? And if so, how can we make sure it's fair and doesn't spread hate or lies? Think about how misinformation spreads and how quickly fake news can go viral because an algorithm thought it would get more clicks. Then there's AI in hiring. Companies use AI to screen resumes and recommend candidates. Sounds efficient, right? But what if the AI is trained on biased data, like resumes mostly from men, and it ends up unfairly rejecting women or minorities? That's happened before. Amazon had to scrap an AI hiring tool because it was biased against women. So now we're facing a question. Can AI really be fair? And if it's not, who's responsible? Should the company be held accountable, or is it the developer's fault? These are questions that go right to the heart of how we want AI to work in our society. Healthcare is another huge area. AI can analyze medical images, predict diseases, and even recommend treatments. That's incredible. AI could help doctors save lives by catching diseases early. But what if the AI makes a mistake and a patient gets hurt? Who's to blame? The doctor who relied on the AI? The developer who created it? Or the AI itself? And what if the AI can't even explain how it reached its decision? Would you trust a black box with your health? Imagine being told by a machine that you have cancer, but the doctor can't even tell you why the AI thinks so. That's a scary thought, right? And it's not science fiction. It's already happening in some hospitals. And let's not forget military AI, like autonomous drones that can select and eliminate targets without a human pulling the trigger. It might reduce risk to soldiers, but it also raises chilling questions. Can a machine truly understand the rules of war? What if it makes a mistake and hits a civilian target instead of an enemy? Who takes responsibility then? These aren't just technical issues. They're questions about human values, life, and death. All these examples show just how complicated the ethical landscape of AI really is. That's why people talk about core ethical principles. Let's break those down a bit. First up, transparency. AI shouldn't be a mysterious black box. We need to understand how it makes decisions, especially when those decisions impact our lives. Imagine being denied a loan or a job by an algorithm and not knowing why. That's not okay. We deserve to know how these systems work and how they affect us. Then there's accountability. If an AI system causes harm, someone has to be responsible. Otherwise, it's too easy for developers or companies to say, well, the AI did it, not us. That's not fair to the people who might get hurt or discriminated against. We need clear lines of responsibility and systems for compensation and fixing mistakes. Fairness is huge too. AI has to be trained on data that represents all kinds of people, not just one group. Otherwise, it might reinforce the same biases we've been trying to get rid of. That means diverse data sets, constant testing, and a commitment to equality. It means asking questions like, does this AI treat everyone the same way? Does it recognize differences that matter, like language, culture, and context? And privacy. Don't even get me started. AI systems process tons of data, including really personal stuff like your medical history or your location. We have to make sure that data is protected, that people give informed consent, and that no one's being watched without knowing it. Otherwise, we risk creating a world where surveillance is the norm and freedom starts to slip away. No one wants to live in a digital panopticon, where every move is tracked and analyzed. Now let's talk about what's actually being done about all this. Different countries and organizations are starting to set some rules. The European Union, for example, is working on an AI Act that classifies AI systems based on how risky they are. High-risk ones, like facial recognition or medical AI, will need to meet strict requirements, like showing they're safe and fair before they're allowed on the market. Then there's UNESCO, which is focusing on human rights, diversity, and sustainability in AI. That's a step in the right direction, but let's be honest, it's just the beginning. How do we enforce these rules globally? How do we make sure powerful companies actually follow them? These questions are going to shape the future of AI ethics in a big way. So what can developers and companies do right now? Well, they can design AI systems with ethics in mind from the very start. That means thinking about fairness, transparency, and privacy before the first line of code is even written. They can also make sure they're using diverse data to train their AI, so it doesn't end up being biased. And once the AI is out in the world, they need to keep an eye on it to make sure it's doing what it's supposed to and not causing harm. That's not just good business. It's good for everyone. It's also important to involve a wide range of people in the conversation. Ethicists, users, people who might be affected by AI decisions. The more perspectives we have, the more likely we are to spot problems before they happen. And let's be honest, no one person or company has all the answers. We need a team effort here. Looking ahead, things could get even trickier. We're moving toward more advanced AI, like artificial general intelligence that can think and learn like a human. That raises questions about whether AI could or should have rights, or whether it could make decisions we can't even predict. It's like something out of science fiction, but it's getting closer every day. Are we ready for that? Do we have the ethical frameworks in place to handle it? Probably not yet, but it's time to start thinking seriously about it. One thing is clear, the ethics of AI isn't a one-time thing. It's an ongoing process. As AI evolves, our ethical frameworks need to evolve too. We have to stay curious, stay critical, and be willing to challenge our own assumptions. It's not always easy, but it's necessary. At the end of the day, AI is a tool. It can be used to make the world better, or it can be misused to cause harm. That's why it's up to all of us, developers, policymakers, business leaders, and everyday people, to make sure AI serves humanity, not the other way around. So as we wrap up this episode, I want to leave you with a challenge. Think about the AI systems you use every day. Ask questions. Who built them? How do they make decisions? Are they fair? Are they transparent? That's how we can all help build an AI-powered future that's not just smart, but also ethical. Thanks for being here with me today. Let's keep this conversation going, and let's build a future where AI helps us thrive, without losing sight of what makes us human. Have a powerful day.